Did you hear that?
That weird knocking sound?
Yeah. Do you think the kitchen is haunted?
Probably, yeah.
Hey, you know what a ghost is, don't you? It's God. I mean, this is my theory anyway. It's like this: God is the original ghost because you can't see him. And over time, people forgot that they used to know that he was the ghost, and they started calling everything ghosts. Also, it's just him. There's no squad of ghosts or anything, or that Civil War guy, or that Victorian lady who was murdered in a hotel. There's just this one guy. And from that one guy, that one ghost story, we get all, this. So, anyway, that's where ghosts come from, I think, probably.
If we're talking about the origins of ghosts, I don't think you can't help but mention wells. You know, those holes in the ground where people used to get water? I think back in the day, people were always falling in wells or putting dead people in wells. So then ghosts were like, hey, I guess if I want someone to see if I'm okay, then I better get to haunting or people won't know I'm totally down here. Plus, ghosts are always crawling out of wells. How do they do that? Do they crawl at the sides? Do they suddenly have superpowers like a lizard or a bug? Besides, if you're all non-corporeal,
Corporeal.
corporeal, chances are you're not going to find a foothold in a well wall. That's just physics.
Yeah, you can't argue with science. And who'd want to? And that makes me think, what's the ghost of a scientist look like anyway? I mean, do they float around and they say, this is ridiculous. I'm not really here. Why is everybody screaming? I'm not factual. And now I'm thinking, which ghosts are the ones who haunt graveyards? I'm guessing those are the ghosts of morticians, and they just really like their jobs. See, Ghost World has its own rules. And if we stop running away screaming all the time, we could figure them out.
Yeah. And why even scream at a ghost?
Yeah.
What would happen if a ghost captured you anyway? From what I understand, ghosts are made of smoke and memories and goo. But if there is goo, wouldn't there be goo everywhere? And wouldn't people be slipping in ghost goo all the time, like spectral banana peels? Or maybe people scream because they're worried ghosts can invade their bodies. Like people get whatever it's called incorporated. Like if ghosts get too close, the ghost can take over your brain and you have to be the person the dead person was before the person was totally a ghost. So maybe people are just terrified of losing their identity, which, if you remember, happened to me about a year ago after I bought those $5 shoes.
Worth it, though. You looked great in those shoes. You look like a prom date.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Ghost prom. Oh, man, can you imagine? All that teen ectoplasm? I'm not much of a dancer anyway, but that would be an impossible situation, so no thanks. See, that's what people do. They put themselves in situations where they can be easily haunted by ghosts. Okay, here's what you don't do. You don't go at midnight to the place in the open field behind the barn where the druids or teenagers or whoever sacrificed a classmate with pig's blood. And you don't go into the basement of a submarine where 30 communist sailors ate each other or whatever. Who needs to be told not to do that stuff? That's what I don't get. I'll never understand people.
People are understandable, especially in relation to ghosts. There's even those people who go out of their way to see what's up with ghosts. They go into old hospitals or farms or wells and say, hey, ghost, where are you? And why are you here? If I was a ghost and somebody said that, I'd be like, nobody wants strangers asking people questions like that. Okay, imagine you were in a public bathroom and somebody came in and asked why you were in there and why you wouldn't leave. It would be seriously messed up. People
Yeah.
should just leave ghosts alone unless someone is related to the ghost, or if there's secret treasure involved, or if there's some kind of bad lingering smell or something. Then ghosts have to be cool and, explain themselves and totally spill the beans.
I am totally with you. The way ghosts embrace the mystery lifestyle and gotcha kind of stuff. Well, I mean, it's no wonder they have a reputation. A simple, I'm sorry, but that's personal information, or maybe I'm not comfortable with this situation, or even just leaving the room would be fine. But extracting the souls of my entire family and subjecting them to never-ending torment in the lava pits of hell, that crosses the line, man. I mean, look, I'm no Mr. Manners or anything, but that seems obviously like an overreaction.
Right. And what about those different types of ghosts? I mean, how does that even get determined? Is it if you were hyper in real life, then you become a poltergeist? Or if you were mellow, then you're a ghost who sits on a bed or shows up in a mirror? Should we be tailoring our daily lives to the kinds of ghosts we'd like to be someday? Should we all be doing cool stuff all the time so we end up being ghosts who people talk about and write books about? Because those are the best kinds of ghosts.
Totally.
And right, being a gotcha ghost would be a total hassle. You'd always have to be on guard to freak people out. It would be like being an eternal jerk.
Exactly. Okay, so it's like this. You're the most annoying person at the party. You knock over trays, you laugh too loud, you embarrass the host, you spill on the carpet, you make dumb jokes, etc., and then you get to be that guy until the end of time. Great. Who wants to be that? So maybe you're onto something. Maybe we should be the best ghosts we can be right now. Personally, I wouldn't mind being one of those ghosts that makes friends with wildlife. You know the kind, like only birds could see me, or those big ones with the things on top.
We haven't even talked about animal ghosts, or insect ghosts, or amoeba ghosts. The entire planet could be haunted by every dead thing ever. I mean, a forest of tree ghosts pissed off that a forest fire totally burned them up. Also, about the insect ghost thing, I bet there's some centipede someplace that somebody stepped on who was totally haunting a patch of sidewalk, and that centipede ghost will haunt that patch of sidewalk for 100 years. But the human who stepped on the centipede will never even realize that they made the centipede a ghost or that it's haunting the sidewalk at all. The spirit world, it's too subjective.
Or what if insects are the ghosts? I mean, what if when we see insects, we're seeing ghosts? What if there's no such thing as insects? We have all been wrong. We've been not believing in the wrong thing for years. Of course, you'd get laughed out of the academy if you said you didn't believe in insects. But what you'd really be saying is you didn't believe in ghosts. And if the academy wasn't so snooty, they'd say, who doesn't believe in ghosts? That's like not believing in the sky or bumper cars. Preposterous. Hey, wait. Is preposterous a word or did I just make it up? It sounds fake when I hear it out loud.
You mean like fake, like ghosts are fake? Because what if that was the plan for us to believe ghosts were fake? Like ghosts are pulling a massive con on us all because they totally want to make us feel guilt about them being dead and us being alive. Then that's probably why they're scary. If they were nice to us, then we'd think they were fine. But since not, and they do stuff like knock cups off counters and pull people into nightmare dreamscapes, we think they're super spooky. I don't think we should fall for their ghost ruse any longer. Maybe we should all just believe in ghosts and show them we won't take their tricky and rude next plane of existence crap anymore.
Let's go eat in the living room.